The Citizens Coalition for Change. She is the national spokesperson. FADZAI, good morning and thank you so much for making time for us. What went wrong here?
Well, Zanu PF can never win a free and fair election in Zimbabwe, which is why we continue to see them attempt to unconstitutionally ban or try to ban the opposition, the CCC, from campaigning. Zanu PF knows that their candidate is completely unelectable and has a poor record in the country, which is why they are so afraid of the CCC making inroads. The CCC has mounted a massive campaign, which actually started a year ago when we started penetrating rural areas. Zanu PF is sensing defeat, and so they're trying to abuse state institutions to stop our rallies. And we've consistently said they won't succeed. Mr. Mnangagwa has demonstrated beyond any doubt that he's worse than Robert Mugabe in acting unconstitutionally, failing to reform, failing to comply with the SADC guidelines on elections. You can't simply silence the opposition because they are fighting for change. We don't see it anywhere in the region. And so obviously we condemn their unconstitutional conduct. But the good thing is that nothing can stop change whose time has come.
Hello, gorgeous people. Welcome to my channel. This is Uncensored. And I just want to extend my gratitude really to everyone who's just rolling life with me. I want to say shout out. Thank you for subscribing to the channel, and don't forget to ring the bell, because the bell will notify you every time I drop a video, so that at least we can just run this life together. It's a beautiful day. All right, so just want to read this tweet, very important, the tweet that was sent out by Dr. Walter Muzembe. So let me read this tweet quickly. So he said, there is a global regional fatigue on the Zimbabwean question. There's a general understanding that this country is governed by rule of the jungle. The strongest prevail over the weak. Wafa wafa, wapusa wapusa. The world waits to deal with any outcome. And he went on to say that at the heart of this indifference is a scramble for Zimbabwe's resources and securing supply chains. Human rights for Zimbabweans are now a secondary issue to lithium diplomacy, uranium diplomacy, and other resource hyphenated commercial diplomacy thrusts. You know what's interesting is that I've been saying the very same thing, that it's like human beings don't matter in Zimbabwe now. They don't really matter as long as I'm getting the money, I'm getting the things, I'm securing houses, and I'm kind of being called a rich man or rich woman. It is very sad to watch. You can actually see it even online when our people are holding spaces. You see them supporting evil, like laughing, you know what I mean, cheering. And I'm like, are these people human? People are so sold out to material things more than the humanity, the love, kindness, caring for each other, sharing the little that we have, and just be of a blessing. It's very sad to watch. It is very sad. The poverty mentality is real and is deep, and it is so deep. But I want you guys to take a listen at what Zanu PF had to say about the accusations of banning CCC rally. Take a listen.
However, let me put it clear that FADZAI MAHERE is missing the point, because Zanu PF does not interfere in the work of the police, and it has nothing to do with the way in which rallies are approved, because as a party, we also go through the same process of making sure that any gathering that we intended to have is approved by the police. So when FADZAI MAHERE and any other member of the CCC says that Zanu PF is interfering with their work, it is not true. It is neither here nor there, because it is Zanu PF through President Mnangagwa who has said that everyone should be free to campaign and the campaign should be violence-free.
We all know that they will never agree. They're always going to lie, a lack of accountability. And I'm telling you, it's sad. It's very sad. It's the whole ruling party that have no clue. They're just focusing on what they're getting, not how to even lead the country. People are going absolutely nowhere. It's just a wasting of time for everyone. But at the same time, I want you to just take a listen to what the CCC attorney had to say, because they immediately had to file an application to the magistrate court, the high court actually in Bindura, so that they can go ahead with their rally. It's a launch and they have to do it.
Of Zimbabwe. And in that application, we are appealing a decision by the magistrate in Bindura magistrate, who decided to set down erroneously our appeal in terms of the MOPA Act and set it down on the 11th, 2 days after the day when we are scheduled to have our launch rally. And we have said to the court that, look, the setting down of this matter on the 11th is erroneous, and it is outside the provisions of the Act, which requires that a magistrate must set down, or the court must set down an appeal a day that on a day that is before the day of the actual event. So today we have filed our application. We hope that we'll get a set down and we'll get audience with the judge, so that the program can proceed tomorrow.
It is very sad because now you can see that the CCC people are literally spending most of their time just running after the courts. And that's what Zanu PF wants. But guys, no one will do anything. Listen, my brothers and sisters, you and me, we are going to make this change happen. Zimbabweans, we do not have to outsource efforts and power. We are the people and we have the power. We will fight for our own freedom. You know, if the youth, pre-1980 fought for their freedom, you and me can do it. Check what happened when His Excellency, the President Mnangagwa, was expelled from Zanu PF. What did he do? He came back full force. And he played people around. We can do the same. Let's learn from how people are using some strategies. We can have our own. We are the majority, and we can't be outnumbered by the few people abused, treated like nothing. We can come together and really fight for our own freedom. So, brothers and sisters, please just listen to what Jonathan Omeso says. I've told you about the issue of accountability, that most of these leaders in Zimbabwe, they have no accountability. So many ills are happening. Obed Shaw was assaulted, and I never heard no statement from the president or from the police. I mean, what kind of a country is that? Where people do not want to take accountability. But take a listen to what Jonathan Omeso said, because he once been there in Zanu PF. He knows how they operate. But please, take a listen.
Had a culture of accountability. So you get dastardly things, horrible things done, and we never get to know who did what. All that we get to know is when these things happened. And yet, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to know who controls and uses the instruments of violence with impunity in Zimbabwe. Interestingly, our police force has an impressive record of solving crimes, murder, especially crimes of violence committed by individuals and so forth. But when you find a very serious crime, an atrocity committed in Zimbabwe, you don't have to guess who committed that crime. All you need to look at is whether the authorities resolve or solve that crime or not. Where they don't, it's without exception the state that would have committed that crime, without exception. If a person is abducted and you don't get to know who abducted them, if a facility is bombed and you don't know who bombed it, the answer is very clear. It's the state, it's agents of the state. And this is one of the most serious problems that we faced in our country. They take advantage of all sorts of things to create confusion, to get the public guessing as to who might have done it and so forth. But without exception, all unresolved serious crimes and atrocities that have been committed in Zimbabwe, including the bombing of the Daily News, it was done by the state, agents of the state. And that is why we have this dark cloud, dark background of unresolved atrocities. It's because they've been committed by the state.
Like we said, they will never take accountability. It's sad. It is really sad. And you know, these are people that are fathers, and I don't know what kind of legacy they expect to live in this country. But here's the thing that I've been telling some people. I say to them, listen, what they don't realize that I'm telling you, imagine kuchembera uchitirichwa nevanhu ngorimuka. Vana vachabhadhara. They have their own time. They will definitely going to pay. And there's no way they can't escape. In life, whatever you sow, you're always going to reap. You cannot escape. You know, God is so faithful and God can hear people's prayers. You have your day. One day they will have their own day. But guys, tell me what you think in the comment section below. Because the issue of banning the rallies, whether they ban the rally, but I'm telling you, they cannot ban people's hearts. People are fed up and everyone wants change in Zimbabwe. Everyone wants to be out of this toxicity so we can restart. Okay, until next time, guys, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you turn on the notification button. It is crucial because every time I drop a video, you will be the first person to be notified. Until next time, I love you all and God bless you. Bye.